the high seas, Pisces. Cast my line, now they're biting. Yeah, rocky coasts and lighthouses. What she knows now, I doubt it. Talk to me nice. I think your confusion starts with street lights.
Hi everybody, welcome to your August 2018 readings with me. So I wanted to record a little bit of an intro video. I'm going to try my best not to make it too long, guys, but you know me, I love talking to you. So this month's videos are a bit different. I'm using my Triple Goddess Tarot deck, and I'm only using this except for in Gemini's video, because Gemini had the most views last month, so I did pull a few extra cards for the Gemini reading, but this is what the box looks like. A lot of people ask me about this deck. I got it at a spiritual shop in the mall, but very, very cool imagery, and I have never seen anyone else use it. So it's the Triple Goddess deck. If you want to look for the author, it's going to be listed in the description if you guys are interested in this tarot deck. I think it's a really nice deck. So anyways, guys, as far as the readings go this month, they're very intuitive. I don't have any kind of setup, which is kind of strange for me, especially when Virgo season is this close. I usually have some sort of more detailed layout, but I wanted to just flow. Another cool fact about this month's readings is that I'm using reversals. This deck is very, very cool for reversals because the back of the cards, no matter what way they're faced, they're the same imagery kind of. So I used reversals this month, which opened up a whole new can of worms, a whole new world. You know, I do reversals sometimes, but I've never really done them as far as my personal readings, or I've never done them in my monthly readings. But if a card comes out and it's reversed, of course I'm going to read it as reversed. But yeah, this time there's cards that are actually in reverse as I shuffle them in the deck, not that they just fall out and turn reverse themselves. So reversals this month, you guys, which is really unique because these cards have completely different meanings when they're in reverse. So I have opened up reversals for this month, so that's a cool fact. Other than that, I have a 6-card spread, basically the three cards for the first couple weeks of the month, and then 3 cards for the last couple weeks of the month. So yeah, guys, definitely interesting energy coming out so far for August. I have not recorded all the entire videos yet as I record this intro, but so far there's a lot of energy that I feel in the readings. There's a lot of hard messages coming out, and I think that's because this month is mainly experienced with the 7 planets retrograde. We have so many planets in retrograde pushing us to reflect on all these hard different areas of our life. Saturn's retrograde, Chiron, Neptune, I believe Mars, and I think Pluto's still retrograde, and Jupiter went direct and Venus went direct. So there you go. The only 2 planets that are direct right now are, oh, and Mercury's retrograde too, of course. Mercury is about to go direct though, guys, in a few days, around the 19th, I believe. So we'll have to get through the shadow period of that, but there is 7 planets retrograde with only 2 planets straight up, which is Venus and Jupiter. Oh, and Neptune's retrograde too. So there, I must have named all the planets now. The only 2 direct, as I've already mentioned, is Venus, who's in Libra. So as far as you know, August goes, you guys, this is Virgo and Leo energy. Hopefully you like my little Leo theme here. I put on my cheetah bathing suit for the theme. So yeah, most of this month I believe belongs to Leo. I believe September is Virgo's month because we go into September in Virgo season. We go into August in Leo season. So as I've mentioned in my new moon video, there was an eclipse in Leo this month on the 11th. We've had 3 eclipses this month, you guys. 3, well, not this month, but we had eclipse in Cancer, lunar, solar. I think it was solar, lunar, solar. And as the Leo King mentioned, we have not had that happen since 2011, I believe, maybe 2009. It's been a few years. This is very rare for us to have 3 eclipses. Usually we only have 2. Sometimes we have 4, but 3 is very rare. So it's kind of like a trinity. If you ask me, I feel like Cancer, Aquarius, and Leo are up to something, since those were the 3 signs involved with the eclipse's energy. But yeah, guys, we just got through. As I record this, it's August 15th. We have gotten through the major eclipse energy, which is super sudden changes, new beginnings and endings. Eclipses can cause all these random energies in your life. Now, eclipses are cycles of 6, so these can affect us up to the 6 months. And we're dealing with the North Node in Leo and the South Node in Aquarius, which are going to be there until mid-November, I believe. So this is very much opening up, doors to past lives, you guys, and things about the life we're about to enter. This is the North Node and the South Node. I'm gonna have videos coming out about that. But guys, these eclipses fall on the North and South Node pathways. So, the next series of eclipses we're going to have are going to be in Cancer and Capricorn. So Cancer, Capricorn, get ready for this eclipse energy, and for the moon's North and South nodes to enter your sign. So as I was saying, guys, this month is shared by Leo and Virgo energy. So Leo energy is all about, it's the 5th house, right? So we go into August with this 5th house energy of pleasure. Leo is all about pleasure. Leo is ruled by the sun. So for the first half of August, we are under the influence of the sun in integrity. The sun is very, very comfortable in Leo. The sun rules Leo, right? So this is about the center of our galaxy, the center of our universe, right? Who we are, almost like ego a little bit. We know like Leos are the prideful lions. So, this is about who we really are. Leo is about authenticity. So this is about our heart's true desires. And this is the North Node, you guys. So this is the sun passing over the North Node. This is Mercury retrograde in Leo. We had at one point around the 11th, we had the moon and the sun and Mercury in the North Node all together as a stellium. So Leo energy is very important. Leo energy has been important and will be important up until November. Leo energy is always important, but it's just really highlighted in our universe right now with the sun being there, ruling Leo, ruling awareness and happiness and warmth and light and the inner child and, like I said, the heart. So, this month is really about our heart's desires. And the new moon, which is one of the major things happening in this month in Leo, is very important for setting new intentions. I have a whole video about the new moon, so if you want to check that out, that's in my videos. But as far as August, guys, I just know that we had Venus and Virgo we went into August with Venus and Virgo, I believe. Venus just now entered Libra. It's going to be there for the all of August, and it will eventually move into Scorpio. Mercury is retrograde. Jupiter has went direct. All the retrogrades are really important for this month because, like I was mentioning, this is definitely things coming back up from the past. When we have 7 planets in retrograde, it's this is retrograde city, just like the Leo King says. I've been watching him a lot lately. We have a full moon. Holy crap, can't forget to mention that, guys. I'm just trying to be a little bit brief here because I am making some changes that I'm going to talk to you about here in a bit. But there is a full moon in Pisces at the end of the month, guys. This is very important. I'm not going to talk too much about that right now because you know me, I'm always going to have videos for the Pisces full moon or for full moons and new moons and eclipses and stuff like that. So please keep an eye out for my Pisces full moon video where I'm going to pull a tarot card for all the 12 signs as far as guidance, and then I'll just channel some stuff about Pisces energy and the full moon energy. So yeah, guys, new moon in Leo this month, full moon in Pisces at the end of the month. Mercury retrograde, Venus and Virgo moved into Libra. Mars is moved into Capricorn, where it's exalted. Mars was in Aquarius. Mars was featured in that full moon eclipse in Aquarius last month. Now it's back in Capricorn, and it'll be there for a while, and then it'll go back into Aquarius. It'll head back into Aquarius as it goes back direct. And then, Jupiter, I mentioned, is back direct, which is really awesome, in Scorpio energy. So this is definitely, this is our fortune. This is expansion, moving forward now. It's always good to have a planet back. So there's going to be this Neptune and Jupiter trine going on this month, too. That's another thing I wanted to mention is this month, especially in the beginning of the month, there was a lot of squares. Like, if you guys watch the planets, if you deal with Planet Watcher, there was the sky you can actually pull up a picture of the sky, and the sky looked nuts. I mean, there was all these red lines and squares. Oh, it was definitely a nice visual of what actually is going on. Lots of squares. Squares are really, really harsh energies that You know, they just kind of, they need compromise. You need to meet halfway with squares. So we had a lot of squares, guys. And you know, I'm sure we're all feeling this kind of jarring energy. We're feeling very, very conflicted and, you know, confused. But, you know, this energy is going to pass, you guys. Virgo energy is coming in this month, okay? So we're going to spend the first half of the month really assessing our true heart's desires, stepping into this the new version of ourselves that Leo is showing us. This has to do with our destiny and where we're going in life with the North Node. So you want to follow your true heart's direction. And then, you know, at the second half of the month, we move from this fifth house energy collectively to this sixth house energy, which is health. The health of our universe is going to come up. The lifestyle we're all living collectively, the service we offer others. This is Virgo. And Virgo is good with details, okay? Virgo is this earth energy. We haven't had earth energy since Taurus. So this has been a few months here without earth. So this is all going to ground, you know, the passion that we're feeling. And all, even some of us are feeling angry and just kind of wired and like, I don't know, jet lagged, whatever you want to call it. Like we have all this energy, but no drive. But Mars is going to help with that. And then, you know, Virgo's going to come in and ground all this for us and logically analyze, you know, what's real about our lifestyle. I like Virgo. You know, I'm a Pisces. Virgo is my opposite sign. This is the seventh house for Pisces. And again, guys, in the videos, I'm going to be breaking down where Leo is for all of you guys independently and where Virgo is. So we've got fifth house and sixth house energy, which means we're experiencing the cusp of exposure this month. So the Leo Virgo cusp is the cusp of exposure. So this cusp is obviously going to expose some deep things about our lifestyle and about our pleasures and about maybe our hidden pleasures and how fun our lifestyles actually are or aren't. But the cusp of exposure can expose anything. You know, anytime anything moves from Leo to Virgo, it goes through the cusp of exposure. That might be something that you want to look up, especially if you're born around the 17th and the 25th of August. This is that really heavy exposure energy where things are going to come up to the surface and, you know, really weird times, you guys. But as a Pisces, my advice is always to go with the flow and, you know, to just kind of take it easy as the universe sorts some of this stuff out. Okay, the universe has gone through a lot of changes too. A lot of people don't realize that the universe has a body too, a mind, a heart, a head, a purpose, a desire. So these things are all working themselves out, as above, so below, the universe within us within the universe. So, you know, I think we should just look forward to some of the details becoming more grounded at the end of the month. And like I said, that cusp of exposure that the sun's going to go through and the moon, and, you know, the moon becoming full in Pisces at the end of the month, which wraps up our whole entire zodiac. And then we start fresh with a new full moon in Aries next month when Libra season comes in. You know, we're at August, guys. It's kind of nuts, but yeah, and also I just want to mention here before I end the video and head into the readings, guys, I think I'm going to start doing things a little bit differently. I'm not really sure if it's necessary anymore to have, you know, intros in my videos. I don't know, guys. I might record very short intros like, hey guys, welcome to your video, see you, bye. But as far as the astrology that I go into, I've had a lot of signs from my personal spirit guides to just kind of switch that up. I'll be able to get my videos out a lot earlier, a lot sooner. It's these intros that kind of, you know, keep me from having my videos out at the beginning of August. I always have my videos come out like end of the month, and it's like, why does anyone want to hear about August when, you know, my July videos were really late too. I didn't get many people watching those messages. So I think it's just best if I start recording my astrology videos separately. So for those of you who really like hearing about, you know, different planets and where those are at, I'm going to start uploading separate astrology videos about Jupiter and Neptune and Mercury and retrogrades and squares and all that. That way I can kind of fully focus on astrology in one area, and then I can focus on tarot here. So I think in September I'm really going to start that, guys, where when you click on my video, there's no longer an intro. You just get right in. And I'm going to try not to talk too much about astrology, because there's some people who really just don't have the time to listen to my videos for hours. All my videos are like hours long. So there is some changes coming to my channel, guys. And I just think that's for the best. But for those of you who really do like astrology, that's still going to be available for you. I'm still open for personal readings. Thank you so much to those who have donated and who have helped me out. by just supporting my channel. As you guys know, some of you who have watched me for a while now, I don't work in the physical world as of right now. Who knows? I might in the future, but for a while now, I've just really been diving into my own creative, spiritual Pisces second house. My resources come from very spiritual things. So I just want to personally thank all of you who reach out to me and trust me with your spiritual guidance. It means the world to me. This is something I'm very passionate about. So thank you guys for watching, and those of you who have subscribed and supported me, it means so much. Welcome to all the new watchers, all the cross watchers, and people who are new watching for the first time. I hope you enjoy. And without further ado, let's jump into your personal readings, guys. Bye. Hi, Aries. Welcome to your August tarot reading with me. I'm just saging and getting the environment kind of ready to record and things like that. Clearing the energy. Want some sage? It's always good to clear your environment. So it's going to be a bit different this month for those of you who have watched me, followed my channel for a while. I'm going to be changing some things up. I have a lot of different ideas. I think it's just time to make some changes to the way I record. That way the messages come out better for you guys, and that way everything just runs a little bit more smoothly. So I'm thinking that there's not going to be much astrology related information in this video for those of you who like the astrology information. That'll be available at a different time. But I really just want to start working on my tarot videos being strictly tarot messages. So for this month, you guys, I always use my Aries videos to kind of, you know, Aries is the first zodiac sign. So I always do my recordings in order, which that might be changing as well. I might start doing my recordings for the signs that get the most views. You know, I might add in something like that. But I really like to just keep things in order. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, I like to go in order. It just feels right. So I always do the Aries video first. I always do the Pisces video last. And I use the Aries video to kind of help me along knowing what kind of readings I should do for the month. So what I'm really thinking here, Aries, is that, let's see, we're in Leo season. I really was drawn to these cards this month. And I'm also really drawn to actually do reversals. If you can take a look here, this is the Ace of Pentacles, so you know everything happens for a reason. This might have needed to show up for you, Aries. I guess we'll see if this comes up for you. Now the cards are a lot prettier in this deck, and on the back you can't tell if they're reversed or if they're upright. So I believe when a card deck is designed like that, even though all cards are kind of designed like that, to me my deck just really spoke to me a few days ago, saying, you know, it's really time to open up reversals. So I am going to be doing reversals in this reading, which is going to be quite interesting, Aries. And I'm going to be using my Goddess deck, the Triple Goddess deck. This is this deck here, the Triple Goddess deck tarot. For any of those who are wondering, the description in the description box, I'll also be have that information down there. So Aries, let's just get going. I'm going to shuffle your cards pretty thoroughly. Just so that we can get a really good reading going here. So this is for Aries spirit, August 2018 messages for the zodiac sign of Aries. So this is Aries sun, moon, or rising, or Venus, or Aries dominant. Maybe you're cross watching because you're dealing with an Aries sun, moon, rising, or dominant. But this is the intention for the first house of our universe, Aries energy, the cardinal fire sign of our dimension. So just getting your energy there, Aries. I can see your energy coming to the forefront. I just want to shuffle really, really good while you guys are watching and while you guys are just preparing to hear the messages there. So yeah, I'm in the middle of really changing the way that I connect with spirit and things like that. So the only way I can really do that is by just going with the flow, seeing what messages come out. And as far as I know, I'm just gonna let whatever message. I don't have some sort of order or anything like that. I'm just gonna let whatever messages come out. But while we're shuffling, Aries, we can talk a little bit about August and the month for you. So August is all about Leo energy and Virgo energy. The first half of August is Leo energy, which is a fire sign like you. So you're probably feeling the fire, you know what I mean? I know the fire signs in our universe have feeling, you know, a little bit of a lack of passion lately, but that the passion is returning slowly. So I feel like Leo season is about stabilizing some of the passions that exist within you, Aries. You know, Leo is your fifth house. So this is all about your pleasures for you. The fifth house is all about pleasures and romance and fun. You know, it could even be the house of soulmates. So some of you could be going through energy like that. And then, so we're going to have, at the end of the month, we have the energy moving from your fifth house to your sixth house of work, service, health, lifestyle. So that's what that Virgo energy represents for you, Aries. So it looks like August is all about working and playing and, you know, maybe some pleasures. Maybe you're doing some reflecting on how happy you are in the jobs that you do, or how your health could become a little bit more pleasurable. All the things like that, Aries. We're going to be mixing the fifth house energy with the sixth house energy. Other than that, Aries, we still do have Chiron in Aries. So definitely still some wounds there coming up for you universally. I like to think of it as Aries being the wounded warriors of our universe right now. So if you want to, in other words, Aries is kind of a representative of pain right now, of collective pain, right? Of the pain that we cause ourselves. And how if we can, just as we can hurt ourselves, we can heal ourselves too. So Aries is kind of being used in the universe for that kind of lesson right now. Trust me, I understand, because Chiron is going to be going back into Pisces soon. So when Chiron's on your sign, you definitely, you really have to work on healing yourself. And it's not always the most easiest task. A lot of other people can come to you with wounds or project their wounds onto you when Chiron is in your sign. Stuff like that. But at least, Aries, you're a cardinal sign. So it's all about action. You know what I mean? So other than that, Aries, the full moon this month is in Pisces. That's something really special going on for you. That's in your 12th house, and as I'm talking about that, I pull the Ten of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So around that time, there could just be a message here for you guys about, you know, the moments in August where you're having a lack of sleep, where you're having nightmares or mental anxiety before bed about something to do with the family life or a happy relationship. Maybe some of you are just, for some reason, the Ten of Cups is linked with the Nine of Swords, which tells me that there's some sort of relationship or child or family or happy home environment that is linked to anxiety. So it could be the lack of that happy home environment that full moon in Pisces is really going to reveal to you, because Aries, Pisces is your 12th house, which means next month there'll be a full moon in Aries. Okay, but you are healing your heart. I see. This is why it's good to do reversals, because the reverse Three of Swords is a lot different than the upright Three of Swords. Like, this is going to be a completely different kind of channeling for me. So speaking of those reversals, I'm just going to shuffle and let my guides kind of tell me, you know, when to quit shuffling. We had a significant chunk of cards just come out there, but I'm really just going to focus here. Sorry if it's not on camera, but I'm just going to shuffle and let my guides tell me when to flip the cards. That way all the cards that need to be reversed are reversed. So guides, please just guide me for Aries. Now this message just shot out for you guys, which is the Seven of Swords. So in August, I want you to be very, very careful of not only what you do behind the scenes, Aries, but what other people are doing behind the scenes. This Seven of Swords is a very sneaky card, okay? In tarot, the Seven of Swords is a man who's doing something in broad daylight, even though it's a little bit different in this card. But we do see the sunlight there in the background. So there's a message here with the Seven of Swords that says, what is done in the dark will ultimately come to the light. So just be careful of any kind of behavior, whether it be from you or from another person this month, Aries. This card has come up a lot in my readings this month for personals, and just for when I pull cards for myself. The Seven of Swords, it comes up, and you just have to be really careful of betrayal right now when we're Leo season and we're heading into Virgo season. Definitely have to be careful of people, places, and things in your life that seem kind of on the sneaky side. So pay attention to the feelings you feel, Aries. Because the human body is naturally designed in order, like, to pick up on stuff like this. So this could be a person in your life, or an energy within you, or a job situation, but it's something that takes from you. And it's like, you might, people, this person or this place or this thing doesn't think that you're aware of what's being taken from you, but the light is shining. In the regular tarot deck, there's an army guy in the back. There's a bunch of army soldiers in the background that are actually watching this man do what he's doing. So what that says to me, Aries, is that there's always someone higher up watching the behavior of people, places, and things around them. So that you could be that higher up authority. Since you're the emperor, you could be seeing things done in the universe this month that involves cheating, stealing, or lying. But just be careful of that, because this message wanted to come out. So I'm just kind of going with the flow here. It reminds me of a quote on Mean Girls, which is, there's two types of people in the world: people who do evil things, and people who see evil things being done and don't do anything to stop it. So, you know what I'm saying, Aries? I'm not sure who this is applying to, but the Seven of Swords wanted to come out just to tell you guys to, just watch your back this month. You know what I mean? There's this man here, he's got these swords. He's got two swords on his back. So for some of you, this could be someone who you broke their heart or they broke your heart. But there's an energy here of betrayal and lying, and I don't like this card very much. But the good thing about that card is that no matter what, the universe will reveal those vibes to you, whether they're within you or with another person. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune, so it could be this energy that's changing. August could be a month where karma is turning in your favor, Aries. Or this is linked to karma, though, the Wheel of Fortune. So this is Jupiter energy. Jupiter went back direct, so, good fortune and basically luck and things like that, and expansion is back moving. So this is a wheel that's turning, right? And there's a negative influence there's a positive, right? There's light and dark, the red fairy, the blue fairy. So this is about the different sides of you, Aries, and how those sides of you deal with things like this. So there's some energy here about the light and the dark, stuff like that. But I just feel like karma is very much linked to the Seven of Swords. So I feel sorry for anyone who betrays you, or anyone who you betray this month, Aries, because it's linked to the direction in life that you're moving. You could be moving away from a person who you feel is very sneaky, cheating, and lying. So let's continue on here. For any messages that do jump out like that, I'm not the kind of tarot reader that allows cards to jump out and then, put them back in without showing you, kind of like that. So look what card just jumped back out at you, Aries, which is the Wheel of Fortune. I see a little hint of the Moon card reversed and the Nine of Cups. So there could be a significant Pisces energy or Moon energy, because we do have the Moon. So this could be that Pisces moon, or the new moon in Leo this month. But this is the card that just flew out for you. I'm not done shuffling yet, but the Wheel of Fortune wanted to come out again. So there's something this month. Like, I feel like your luck is turning around, Aries, and there's some sort of wish fulfillment or something like that happening this month because of karma, because of cycles, So I'm just going to continue shuffling and just let my guides let me know whenever I need to reverse. So I'm just kind of getting the deck ready for you, Aries. And flipping cards when I need to, while your energy is present. We did just have the Fool card jump out, and it is in reverse. So there's some of you watching. This is an Aries card, so some of you could feel a little bit, to me this kind of feels like a lack of confidence, because right side up, the Fool doesn't care. The Fool is on a new journey. The Fool is ready to take a risk, take a leap, take a jump into the unknown. The sky's the limit. Ha ha ha. We're back at square one. This is the Zero card. And that's why it resonates with Aries, because Aries is the first sign. So the fact that this is reversed, some of you might not be willing to take such risks this month. You could be kind of, that's interesting for Aries, because Aries are the ram. You guys push forward with your head very quickly. You're very energy initiators. Like, I've been around certain Aries, and Aries are just willing to go. They're rearing and willing to go. You know what I mean? You know, they're confident usually, and they don't mind taking a chance or taking a risk. So there's something up, Aries, this month with you. It could just be the energy in the universe, because a lot of people are really feeling a little weird right now about life because we can't really see the future. We don't really know what we want. There's a lot of things right now in the universe that, especially with this 12th house moon coming up for you guys at the end of the month in Pisces, I believe it's on the 27th. You know, that's going to be very subconscious. That's going to be a lot of illusions. That's going to be a lot of like dreamy energy, which Aries, you're used to that being in your subconscious. But, you know, I don't blame you for kind of taking a second thought at this risk with a person, place, or thing. But the Fool is in reverse. So either someone you're dealing with or you, there's a risk not being taken. And at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Justice card, and this is a significant Libra, which is your 7th house, and Venus is in Libra. So my guides want me to talk to you about Venus in Libra. Venus is ruled by Libra, so Venus is very comfortable at opposing you, Aries. You're very used to Venus opposing you, and you know what that has made me realize for Aries, because a lot of my Aries friends, they live alone. They've been alone for a long time. Relationships are very interesting for Aries. I don't know many Aries who are in relationships. And even the Aries that I do know, when they get in relationships, they still feel alone. You guys ever realize that? I don't know if it's because you're the first house, or if it's because Libra, you know, balance and justice is your 7th house or something like that. It's just, you really want to pay attention to the relationship between Aries and Libra on the zodiac wheel, because Libra is your shadow side. You know what I mean? So to me, Venus, your Aries is literally used to Venus opposing. And so when Venus opposes you, yeah, it does bring a lot of beauty and abundance to your 7th house. But that might be why you're not taking a risk. Like Aries might, because this is the bottom of the deck. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra. Some of you could be dealing with karma, or, you know, just like relationship balance kind of stuff. Or maybe you're not taking a risk because you can't see. I know there is an energy here about not being able to see clearly right now. So there might be something in your relationships that you're not seeing clearly. And I just say relationships because I do feel that most of you guys are not feeling really risky about love. You're not really risking your heart. Maybe you're not starting a new journey. And that's got you feeling a little off balance. And there is a huge full moon in this picture. So it could be around the time of that Pisces full moon. I keep seeing Pisces energy for you guys. I've seen the Hanged Man and the moon. So those are 2 Pisces energies. So this is just like what's coming out for some of you. Something is not balanced. The scales are tipping for Aries, and you know, it's not a good or a bad thing. There's something that you can't see. So this is like a something in your subconscious that needs to balance out, Aries, before you can really start new with someone, which is fine because I understand that the Pisces vibe that I'm picking up right now. So this is the time of year when Aries is kind of just sifting through some of that subconscious information. So pay attention to your dreams this month, Aries. Pay attention to the intuitive things. Yeah, like now we have the Judgment card coming out and the Hierophant. So some of you could be dealing with a Taurus energy. Some of you really wanted to, you know, start something new after healing from a time of sadness, and like, you know, something didn't work out. And you know, you really want to spark something new, but you're really worried about, you know, conflict and just arguing and stuff like that. But the cards that are coming out for you, Aries, is the Hierophant in reverse. So that's a Taurus in your life. Some of you guys could have a pretty upset Taurus. And yeah, as I said that, the Taurus wanted to sneak out there. So here's the Taurus card. It's not necessarily just a Taurus. Some of you really could be dealing with a Taurus energy that is kind of not either behaving right, or they're just not happy. Or you're dealing with any person, guys, any zodiac sign, and they're just not committing. They're really not committing. You know, to me, this is like not learning something, not being traditional. So there's a lot of different messages here, and it came out with the Judgment card in reverse. So some of you guys, the Judgment card talks about a second chance, right? The Judgment card talks about renewal, rebirth. This is Pluto's energy. So this is like something that was not dead, rising again. Upright, this card is very beautiful. There's like these golden gates opening up, you know what I mean? This is definitely Judgment Day, like heaven energy, the pearly gates, all that kind of stuff. But to me, what I'm feeling is that this is just, a second chance that either Aries wants or that someone wants with an Aries that just isn't getting off the ground. It's linked to some kind of commitment. But what I'm hearing here, Aries, I can't wait to just get started with your real reading because there's a lot of messages here. So, like, Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Whatever your passions are this month, Aries, like whatever your heart desires, whatever you want to manifest, especially if it has something to do with a relationship or a commitment. Now, this doesn't have to be a relationship commitment. This could be any kind of commitment. It could be a work commitment. It could be a commitment that you make with yourself. But these cards need to be right side up for a second chance at this commitment. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to say like, oh, this means that you're not going to get a second chance, Aries, or that you don't have a second chance with an Aries. No, I'm not reading it like that. I'm reading that there definitely wants to be a second chance. But there's just the judgment is off. You guys could have actually experienced judgment with a person, place, or thing, and now you don't really feel that grounded. This is linked to a Taurus energy. Lots of weird stuff going on. I knew my August readings would be very weird. So I'm just going to try to shuffle carefully here for a little longer, Aries. And then I'm going to see what cards actually come out for you. Okay, guys? I'm just kind of relearning my spirituality right now. Trying to just, speak with my guides. Everything's been upgraded. So my guides have been upgraded. Yeah, we do have the reversed Ace of Cups down here and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So some of you guys could have been dealing with, you're trying to heal from third-party situations. This is also the card of work. And then we had that Ace of Pentacles again. So just shuffling your cards, Aries. I just seen Virgo and Sagittarius. So some of you guys could be dealing with those signs. And then the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune keeps popping out for you guys. So I think you're gaining clarity over your destiny and your karma and over the direction in life that you want to start turning. And it may have to do with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It might have to do with you speaking or communicating, or maybe you're just thinking a lot about this. So I'm just kind of shuffling still. I want these cards to be very, very ready for you, Aries. So I'm just going to cut the deck here, and then we will get going on your reading for August. Sorry guys, I told you I used the Aries video to kind of get comfortable. I hope you don't mind, but your energy kind of does that for me. I love being around Aries. Aries make me feel comfortable as a Pisces, and I have a Capricorn rising, Taurus moon. So I'm not sure if it's the Taurus and the Capricorn that are comfortable or the Pisces, but so let's see what's going on for Aries in the month of August, Spirit. What do you got for Aries? Let's use these cards to paint a picture for the month of August. What do they need to hear in general? Like the collective Aries. That way everybody watching can get a message. So this is a collective message for the sign of Aries for August 2018. Now we just had a lot of cards flip out. We have the Devil. We have the reversed Five of Wands, the Seven of Swords again, the Ten of Cups reversed, and the Ten of Swords. Okay. Bottom of the deck right now is the Tower, Aries. So this has something to do with a sudden shock of ending, some sort of, the universe coming in. The Tower is the universe's way of making change happen. And it may have to do with some sort of foundation of yours or a work environment or money, finances, worth, something real. Like this is something very real that's falling apart for you because I just pulled the Page of Pentacles. So let's get the last card here. That way we have an even 6 cards, and it may have to do with a Leo because we have the Tower and the Strength card right here. So some of you guys, this could be Leo season or just a Leo energy. Either your energy, maybe you have Leo energy, maybe you have a significant Leo in your life. But if so, a lot of the cards coming up here, if you have a Capricorn in your life, they're right side up. Hopefully they're not toxic or anything like that. But the Hierophant came up for you reverse and the Leo. So there's some fixed energy here, some stubborn people in your life probably that just aren't changing, or you just aren't feeling very strong, Aries. That's something that my guys just said very, very clearly, because the Strength card right side up is talking about being courageous, you know what I mean? Talking about being strong and having bravery, stuff like that. And then look at how this card looks, this is a wounded wolf. So the fact that Aries has Chiron in their sign, you guys really are wounded right now. I'm picking up on some very wounded energy. We have the strength in reverse. So some of you guys just don't feel your strongest right now. You're not feeling very, empowered or confident. And I know that, that is not good for Aries. Like some of you guys, if you're females watching or males, because everyone has feminine energy. So if you're a male, I'm just going to tell you here that there's some female energy here that needs to be revived, because Leos are cats. The lions, Leos are cats in astrology. And then we have this little cat here representing feminine energy. And then there's two women in this picture. And there's also two different depictions of a person who's like down by the water. So this is about you like literally like needing that water, and then even the Ten of Swords has that too in the original deck. The Ten of Swords is a person who's right by the water. It's like there's a lot of pain here that I'm picking up on, Aries, and I'm not sure why this wanted to come out for you in August, but I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it roll with it. I think there's something about your strength that might be falling apart. But see, if I were to turn this over, it's like you're strong, but there's something that needs to fall apart. So either way you want to look at this, Aries, there's a Leo energy here. So for your strength to be right side up right now, you would be avoiding something that needs to fall apart. So the fact that these cards came like this, it's like, yeah, this might be a moment of weakness for you. You might not feel very strong at some moments in August, but I tell you what, the Tower only comes when it's meant to. So I don't know if there's a significant Leo attached to this, or if it's just Leo season. But yeah, we have the Six of Wands coming out in reverse. So see, this is why I felt a little timid to do reversals, because it's completely different message. So let's get interpreting this for you, Aries, and yeah, really interested in what you guys think this month for these energies. So we've got a reading here for you. First card out is Capricorn, the Devil. Now, I like this deck because it doesn't have like a horned, scary man. This really allows people to see the Devil card in a different way. So, as a tarot reader, when I see the Devil card, I am led to talk about toxicity. I'm led to talk about codependency, addiction. I'm led to talk about deep subconscious dark energies. I'm led to talk about manipulation. But in this picture, this is a woman who's kind of walking away from all that. She has this trail of things behind her. So, Aries, you might have a significant Capricorn energy around you. This is just the things that you're attached to. And this is I'm picking up on a deep subconscious energy. Now, this is also lust and passion. Some of you guys, you might not be feeling very emotionally fulfilled. And I'm telling you, this Ten of Cups wanted to come out for you in reverse. So some of you guys are just not feeling happy in your home, because we have this home back there that this woman is walking away from. So I'm not sure if there's something here about a Capricorn walking away from home this month, or if you're walking away from a Capricorn, or if you're just walking away from toxicity. There's something here about toxicity being in Aries home. So I want you to really reflect on your home environment this month, and in relation to codependency, or just maybe there's some sort of addiction to a person, place, or thing. I'm not sure, but I do see a home environment being walked away from. And this month has everything to do with your pleasures, Aries, with your fun and your romance. And Leo is all about pleasure. So it's not really a fun time in Leo season for anybody to go through this time of year not feeling very happy. I think that's why the universe is so reversed right now, because a lot of us are going through fifth house energy and we're not happy. So it's really hard to go through the fifth house of pleasure when you're not experiencing pleasure. It could really turn things upside down, because this is a Ten of Cups. This is a happy family. This is a happy home. This is a happy relationship, fulfillment, joy, rainbows. This is like one of the happiest cards that you can get in a tarot reading, and it's reversed for Aries. So some of you guys have a home now. Some of you guys have this home, but you feel very alone is what I'm seeing. That's why else would someone walk away from this tiny little home? And it's just because you're not feeling as happy as what you thought you would feel there, Aries, or something like that. You're not fulfilled. especially those of you who are single moms, or just, maybe you have a pet and you feel like a single mom, or you just feel kind of single, because we have a woman here alone with 2 children. Now, there's fire, they're warm, there's food on the table, but these 10 of cups are pouring out. So it's like maybe you feel emotionally drained with some sort of toxic situation. Now, I am seeing a message here about subconscious conflict. I love to see the the Five of Wands in reverse, though, Aries, because this is like you really trying to move forward to less arguing. The Five of Wands up right is about 5 different people with different passions and different energy, and it's like nobody's hitting each other in this picture. But, there's only so long that you can wave a stick around before someone gets hit in the eye. You know what I mean? So this must be happening in your subconscious, but we have that rowdy, like this card is noisy. A lot of people are yelling, and you're in the middle of this somehow, Aries, in August. Like August, maybe the noise is quieting down for you or something. But we do have the devil here. So some of you guys are ending conflict with a Capricorn this month, but it doesn't have to be a Capricorn. This could be any toxic thing. There's whatever it is, there's less conflict when it comes to this devil energy. So the devil is just feeling chained to something. So whatever you feel chained to, Aries, it's becoming less conflicted this month. We do have the Five of Swords in reverse. I keep saying Five of Swords. So, that the Five of Swords is another card of conflict, but this is the Five of Fire. So that's something that you'd understand more. And as far as reverse, we have 2 reversed cards. We have the Five of Wands reversed and the 10 of Cups. So this tells me that these 2 energies are linked. These are the 2 energies in your life this month, Aries, that are upside down. So the unhappiness you're feeling in your home environment is linked to some inability to express yourself, to some inability of some group of people, or a lot of passion that you're feeling, and you just feel like it's like all over the place. Or maybe in order for happiness to return in your home, you're really gonna have to express to all these different people what you really feel. So I know that those 2 upside down cards are linked, and everything else is right side up. And also, let's take a brief look here at the elements present. We have no earth, no pentacles. So when somebody doesn't have pentacles in my readings, I am led to investigate that a bit. So, maybe there's something here with finances, like a missing link. Like maybe you guys are worried about finances. Like, where's the money? I can't move if I don't have any money. I can't do this if I don't have any money. And so some of you could be getting taken from in a monetary way like that, whether that's by the IRS or by your sister or whatever. There's a lot of different ways to feel taken from, which is the taken energy is right here, the 7 of Swords that showed up before with you. So there's still this, like being taken from energy, you know what I mean? It's linked to some sort of toxicity, or you're feeling chained. So no earth. We do have Capricorn though, so that's cardinal earth. So there's a need to take action financially right now. You know what I'm saying? And especially at the end of the month when you get into that 6th house energy, that's very earthy. That's Virgo energy. So when we get to the end of the month, Aries, it's going to be Virgo season. So this is going to be the return of logic. This is going to be the return of a foundation for you, because there's no pentacles. So there's something here about your worth, about your value, your finances, your job, your something, currency. You know what I mean? Something. So all this is happening in your mind, in your emotions, and in your passion, because it's not happening in your physical environment. This isn't, I'm not going to say it's not real. It's just, it's not real enough for you to see it in your physical environment, which I don't like, honestly, because it's a lot easier to handle energies like the 7 of Swords when it's physically. If this is a mental manipulation or some sort of psychic attack, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to identify what this energy is coming from in August. And then this is also a little bit difficult to have if you don't have it physically in front of you, because, there's just something about August that feels all over the place for Aries, but they might not be able to see it physically. It might be something internal. I do feel like there's an internal conflict going on here. Keep in mind the 7 of Swords comes up for people who are taking from their self. This could be self-sabotage. This could be, for some of you, it really may be a person in your life. But for others of you, I just feel like the 7 of Swords is coming up because you're just thinking back to a time when you were betrayed. You know, you're thinking about, and that might be why the conflict is ending, because the Seven of Swords is something you're healing from, because we do have these four swords in the background hanging up there on that wall, and the Four of Swords to me is healing and relaxing and, you know, rejuvenating yourself. So I feel like you guys are just mentally thinking back to all the time you felt betrayed, which is making you feel a little less abundant than what you are, you know. So there's definitely I want you guys to be very, very careful about toxicity in your home this month, whether that's coming from an internal thing, or whether you have an alcoholic you're living with, or whether you're in a bad roommate situation. There's some sort of toxic home environment for Aries. Now, we do have the Ten of Swords. That's probably why this conflict is ending. The Five of Wands. There's really nothing left to fight over when the end is here. We have the Ten of Swords. This is a mental ending. So no Pentacle energy, but we do have air, we do have fire, and we do have water. So, you know, as far as emotions, Aries, you're feeling very drained in August, whether you're putting on a happy face or not. I feel like this is the Aries losing their ability to put on a happy face. Even this devil woman, like even her, she looks really sad because she had to walk away from something. So some of you either feel walked away from, or you walked away, but there's someone who walked away in this situation, and it left your home very empty. And so we have this Ten of Swords, you know. The Ten of Swords in this deck to me it talks about healing, you know. I know this is a very dark energy mentally. This could be you having a lot of painful thoughts, or and it's interesting, you're keeping all this in your mind this month. And that might be why there's this taking energy mentally, you know what I mean? It's taken a lot out of you mentally to try to heal from this amount of pain. You know, this is when someone is literally, this is ultimate betrayal. But this is a number 10, so this tells me that, you know, this is about to end. The conflict is about to end. The mental anxiety is about to end. You just have to heal yourself, Aries. And then, you know, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. So there is children. Some of you guys have children, okay? Because I'm seeing two little girls. But there's also, like, there's a little girl and a little boy in this picture. You can't really see the little boy, but he's right there. And then there's two little girls in this picture. So some of you, it really is a single mom situation, or just your family. Like, there's some sort of kids involved in the situation. If it doesn't involve kids, then it involves adults who are behaving like children. Because these people look like all adults. They look about, at least in their, you know, late 20s, early 30s. And this is arguing, you know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at this card right side up, and there's some really feisty people in that situation. Like, everyone has an opinion here, and no one's agreeing. Like, it's about getting on the same page. I'm glad this is in reverse for you, Aries, because it just tells me that there's less conflict in August for you. And that's good, because that means you're getting closer to healing. You know, conflict is just a distraction. But yeah, you know, either there's children involved, or I don't know why there's fire trucks outside of my apartment right now. But it's just really interesting that I'm doing the Aries reading, and there's like fire trucks outside. Fire trucks put out fires, right? So I don't know, Aries, if you feel like that. If so, I'm going to do a spell here for you real quick and light this candle. So in other words, Aries, if you ever feel burnt out, you know, relight your fire. Everything happens for a reason. So it is about keeping that fire lit. I think everything's a sign. But yeah, I do see children. If it's not children, then it's you know, Leo season brings out the child in everyone. So, you know, the last half of June, first half of August, I'm sorry, the last half of July, first half of August was all about, you know, this inner child energy, this innocence, you know what I mean? So if you don't have a child, just know that it's the inner, everyone has an inner child. This is your innocence. So maybe your innocence is lost or something. Maybe you're not feeling very youthful or something like that. You know what I'm saying? There is something here about because this is a pretty older woman, right? This woman's very older. So I'm not sure if you're just not feeling fulfilled because of something here with age or not. But the last card here is the Six of Wands in reverse, Aries. So the Six of Wands upright is victory. It's someone who feels like they're being admired for their victory, like they're being publicly acknowledged for all the things, you know, that they've done. And this is like frolicking, right? This is like some sort of mini parade, but it's in reverse. So you must not be feeling that way. You must not be feeling very victorious, Aries. You're not feeling very celebrated or acknowledged. So this is Aries, you know, there, that is something I've noticed about my Aries friends, like, and this is a fire energy. So there are two fire energies here that pertain to you, and I made a mistake. So there's three reversals in your reading, and then there's three right side up cards. So it's interesting how these are laying on the table now. So this toxicity is about to end, and this you feeling mentally taken from. So what we have here in reverse is the Five of Wands, the Six of Wands, and the Ten of Cups. Interesting that this is the Five and the Six of Wands. So, you know, maybe you're not feeling victorious because there was some sort of battle that you gave up on. And as an Aries, you know, I can see how the ego would say, oh, you're weak, you know what I mean? You gave up, but you gave up on something that was not worth a fight, Aries. You know, it wasn't worth just bickering and arguing with this person, place, or thing. Like, this was a toxic environment. So what I'm doing is just trying to relate the Ten of Cups in reverse to the Six of Wands and the Five of Wands, because these three cards are reversed. So what I'm seeing here, Aries, is that you have an equal amount of energy spread apart. You know, you have three cards right side up, three cards in reverse. So the three cards right side up are linked, which is the Devil, the Seven of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. And I already mentioned that, you know, that is a painful ending to something toxic. That's a painful ending to something, you know, manipulative or something. And then, you know, I love that you had three cards reversed, three cards upright, because that means it's about half and half. In the bottom of the deck we haven't even talked about, but we do have the Four of Wands, which is a celebration. So you're not celebrating these small victories anymore, Aries. This is a smaller victory. What this really is public acknowledgement, which I know some fire signs really appreciate. But, you know, the public isn't looking too good right now. So why would you even want to be acknowledged or celebrated by the people around you anyway? You don't need them to tell you good job or I'm proud of you. For some of you, you know, you're really expecting to be told that I'm more proud of you. So you guys don't feel like the people around you are very proud of you right now. So I want you to break free from the illusion that has anything to do with your happiness. It doesn't. Aries, you don't need anyone to congratulate you on this situation. Don't allow that to take away your happiness either. You know, because that's the manipulation going on here, is that Aries feels like in August, since they're not really being acknowledged for their happiness or their victories, that they're not victorious. But this is a very small victory that wasn't acknowledged. But look at this larger victory. This is the Four of Wands. I know that's a less than the Six of Wands, but to me this is a marriage. You know, this is a commitment. You know what I mean? This is finally having something to celebrate. And, you know, so this is like the end of August or something, but there's some sort of party. So if you're going to any Leo birthday parties or Virgo birthday parties or weddings, if you have any kind of wedding in August or September, then this energy is coming up here. Underneath we have the Temperance card in reversed. So we do have a Sagittarius coming up here for some of you. So, you know, there's a lot of people coming up in reverse to you, Aries. You know, Taurus came out, Leo came out, Pisces came out, Sagittarius came out. So I think that what that's trying to tell me is that there's certain people in your life right now that don't seem like they're being their self. Like there's a lot of people that their worlds are upside down. And you're just kind of chilling, you know what I mean? Like Aries, I feel like there's certain aspects of your world that are upside down too. But at least you're not showing up as upside down. Like there's a Sagittarius showing up that's upside down. There's a Taurus showing up that's upside down. This Capricorn's right side up. So there's strong earth energy. But there is some sort of wedding here with an upside down Sagittarius. But this is also Temperance. So it's like you need to stay patient for this marriage. If this is pertaining to a relationship that you want, Aries, yeah, you need to stay patient. And there needs to be balance restored in order for these two people to get back together. This is one person. So Aries is ready for a wedding. They're ready to be married, but Where's the bride? Where's the groom? Like, I don't know if this is you decorating for someone else's wedding or decorating for someone else's party, but this is a wedding card. And we have the Hanged Man in reversed. So this is a Pisces energy. This is seeing something differently. Like, you're not seeing something in August for what it is, because this is the way the Hanged Man is supposed to be. He's supposed to hang upside down. And you're like, not wanting to hang there anymore. The Hanged Man like this looks a little bit different. Like, this is us who are upside down. When we're upside down, the Hanged Man looks right side up. But when we're right side up, the Hanged Man looks upside down. This is how he comes out in this deck. So it's interesting. I was just talking about the world being upside down, Aries, and some people really, really standing on their heads right now. Okay, can you stand on your head? So that's Alice in Wonderland energy. This is like Alice in Wonderland energy. We've got the mushrooms and the crystals down here. And yeah. So some people are really upside down in your life. And this could be a Pisces who's really trying to be right side up, or who's trying to give you the illusion that they're right side up, but really they're not. They actually are really trying to free themselves from some sort of mental prison. Or this could be you, Aries, looking at a mental prison in a different way, or needing to, because that's when you're going to find clarity. This is when you're going to really have a new beginning of speaking your truth about, this. This is the Wheel of Fortune again, but now it's in reverse. So there's something here about your fortune, Aries, and you needing to speak about that. And it's so interesting. I didn't even realize this, but hold on. So let me put these cards back. There's some sort of financial poverty that's changing for you, Aries. Some sort of job situation. So going back here to this, some of you guys really do need to stay patient for a marriage. Oops, I put it up right side up. This is how it was. Sorry, I don't know why that happened. So, if it was this way, you guys are staying patient, but relationships and celebration just seems topsy-turvy. So it's interesting. And we have this full moon here, guys. So that Pisces full moon is coming up. So keep in mind, whenever the Hanged Man or whenever the moon card is showing up, that's that moon at the end of the month here. So, we've got this Four of Wands, which is celebration, a relationship, a marriage, a commitment, a party. So if you're going to any parties, please keep a lookout for any energies, especially Sagittarius energy or just patient energy. There's some sort of wedding. I don't know if some of you are going to a wedding of a Sagittarius this month or what it is, but there's a need here to be patient about a relationship. So what really just freaked me out though is I have my other deck over here, and for some reason this Four of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, Aries, and then underneath that is the Queen of Cups. So some of you guys really, really, it could be a Scorpio, because we have the Death card there, and then the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is really important for you, Aries. You guys are not speaking your mind in August about, who you want to marry, or about who you love, who you want to reunite with. There's a reason why the Four of Wands was at the bottom of both of these decks here for you, Aries. I'm not even using these decks, but, every card matters. We have the Strength card here in the Fledgling. So this is about having the strength to start a new beginning with someone who you had someone who, you would have married. We have the Three of Cups on this table. So this is definitely a celebration, but there could be a third party that you're worried about. So you're just here decorating the altar, waiting for your Princess Charming or your Prince Charming, whatever gender you're into. You're decorating. So you're like ready, you know what I mean? But you still have to stay patient even though you're ready to celebrate, Aries. You are ready to celebrate. You are ready to celebrate, whether it be a wedding or a birthday. So there's an underlying energy here of marriage and commitment. So this has a lot to do with your relationships, Aries. This has a lot to do with the victory you feel mentally, and the fact that you're feeling pretty mentally, there's some heavy sword energy here, but we have the Ace of Swords twice. So to me, you need to start over with how you're thinking and how you're speaking, and start over to gain clarity. There is a need here to start over with these two tens here. I didn't even realize that, but there are two tens in your reading. There's emotional energy, and then there's 10 swords. So the reason why there's ultimate mental pain is because there's internal pain. So you're like trying to rationalize the internal pain that you're feeling and the emptiness you're feeling emotionally in your home environment, which is causing a toxic turn. But there are two tens, you know. There's something here that isn't over for you emotionally because we don't have this right side up. So that's water sign energy, emotional toxicity. But you know, but after the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Swords, there's the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Cups. And we did have the Ace of Cups fall out for you, but you just need to be patient for that new love to enter your life. But the Ace of Swords definitely wants to show up for you in your reading. So I'm just seeing overall that you need to be patient, Aries, in a situation that you're becoming unstuck. Like you felt stuck for a while, and there was a lack of patience. It could have to do with the relationship. You definitely felt stuck. These are two cards telling me that Aries is becoming unstuck. And once you become unstuck and freed, this is you being imprisoned and stuck and trapped. You have this Ace of Swords, this new beginning. So you might not have that new beginning in love yet in August, but you're definitely preparing for that new love, and you're trying to stay patient for that new love and trying to see things in a different way, especially if it's a Pisces, Sagittarius. We do have Jupiter energy. You know, this Pisces in Sagittarius is Jupiter, which is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune was trying to show up for you too. So for some reason, Pisces, Sagittarius in the Wheel of Fortune are all in reverse. So there's something here about your destiny that you need to see in a different way, which is probably why the Hanged Man is in that position too, because you are putting yourself in a position to see these things, Aries. So I don't know, guys, about these new readings that I'm doing, but you can let me know how this resonates. I really want to try, you know, recording more like this, where I just press record and instead of talking a bunch, I just kind of do a reading. And it still winds up being about an hour long, so no matter what, I cannot escape, you know, the fact that there's just a lot here to be said, and I just go about it in a very lengthy way. But please let me know how you resonate with this in August, Aries. And, you know, I'm still open to new ideas and new things like that. But this is what I have for you. You know, I would say the Four of Wands is really important. And the emotions that you're experiencing when it comes to relationships and love is really important. This is about your pleasure. You know, this is about your happiness and what you're celebrating. So, yeah, your emotions are linked here to your to some sort of home environment or something. So yeah, Aries, hopefully this resonated with you, and don't worry, I'm gonna be, you know, changing the way I do things. So if this wasn't something that you liked, I'll be changing things for September. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later.